Are men really that much stronger than women? I'm a man, and recently I've been seeing posts about women being weaker than men exponentially. This post is the one that surprised me a lot. It made it sound like the average guy is much stronger than the strongest woman. This post had comments saying that her deadlift isn't super heavy. I do lift weights and can deadlift over her weight, but I thought it was just because she doesn't work out much. Personally, I have never been a situation where I have had to fight a woman or pin one down, so I don't know. I just thought women were slightly less strong if not equal, but I've been seeing things that say otherwise. Edit. To everyone calling me a dumbass, the subreddit is called No Stupid Questions. Edit 2. I've gotten so many replies my inbox has literally broke. Please stop. I think a lot of women have had a moment with a man they trust when they realize he is much stronger and could hurt us easily if he wanted. My teenage son almost knocked me down being silly, not realizing how strong he is now. He felt terrible and did not mean to hurt me. My husband had to explain to him he can't use the same force goofing around with girls than he does with his friends. My husband said his dad had to tell him the same thing when he grew stronger. My husband and I are both weightlifters. We work out with each other, so it's not like he trains a bunch more than I do. We both hold a few of the records at our gym. His heaviest deadlift is 4 times mine. The average man is noticeably stronger than the average woman. I, woman, took a self-defense class in college. Women-led, all-female class. We trained the whole semester on various techniques to escape an attacker. The point was to give yourself an opportunity to get away, not to overpower anyone. End of the class we all had to test out against a fake male attacker. Our attacker was 50+ overweight, out of shape, campus security guy, who basically just swatted at us with boxing pads. Even so, within 2 seconds of tests starting, even using my techniques, I realized even this schlub of a guy was so much stronger and easily could overpower me if he were really trying. Sobering experience, but I am glad I learned just how much stronger men generally are than women during that test. Due to a lifetime of testosterone, we men naturally build more muscle with less time and effort. It's a scientific fact. And yes, the difference is massive. If it wasn't, we'd actually compete in co-ed sports and not have it be a total joke. A study done on the grip strength of 1,654 healthy men and 533 healthy women aged 20 to 25 years found that even professional women athletes in sports like judo and handball were significantly less capable than their unprofessional male counterparts. Although grip strength isn't telling of overall strength, it is still quite telling. 90% of females produced less force than 95% of males. Though female athletes were significantly stronger, 444 N, than their untrained female counterparts, this value corresponded to only the 25th percentile of the male subjects. Source: to put that in perspective, if there were a room filled with 100 men and 100 women, 90 women could at best contend with the 5 weakest men. The remaining 10 women outliers, as advanced in athletics as they may be, could only grip as hard as the bottom 25 guys. Quite a while ago I trained in a MMA gym in Venezuela since my back is really not great and because of my age I tried to stay away from the young fighters. But I ended up becoming the older brother to everyone there. There was a young girl who I absolutely believe could make it big in MMA. She had a temper and tended to be a little bit rough on training. From what I know, she had some issues growing up and they would come out from time to time. She got into an altercation with someone else and I made the mistake of trying to separate her from the person. She hit me 2 times and tried to take me to the ground. I lifted her up and took her to the other side of the gym. She calmed down and stopped talking to me for years. She told me years later that she was afraid of me because I barely even moved when she hit me. It saddened me a little. To be fair, I'm pretty sure she would have broken something if I let her take me to the ground. There was a moment with myself and my older sister. She's 10 years older and always fucked with me. Not in a bad way, just an older sibling way. We'd have punching contests and she would always win. She then went to college. She came home from college and I had grown from age 12 to 16. The family went out to dinner and she tried to play the punching game. She punched as hard as she could, in the arm. I then reciprocated, with that same playful mindset. I punched her out of the chair. She cried and I bruised her bone. I know some people have been acting like op is silly for asking, but I don't think every man actually understands. I remember trying to fight a guy off when I was a teenager. We were the same age and the situation got uncomfortable. I kept pushing him and trying to pull myself away, and I don't think he even understood that I was doing everything I could to get away. I've also heard of trials where it's argued that the women didn't fight hard enough. But as hard as you can might not even be hard enough to notice with a man with tunnel vision. We need to have these conversations because it's dangerous to pretend we all know, or even worse that we're equally matched. Yes. The separation is around 3 standard deviations, so the average man is stronger than roughly 99% of women. I'm literally permanently disabled with a neurological illness and I still have more upper body, grip strength than my wife and other female friends. I can barely walk, I'm 40 lbs underweight, and she still needs my crippled ass to open jars. You'd love a statistics class. Odds are, I wouldn't. I used to be friends with a dude who was 3 inches shorter than me and probably about 15 kilograms lighter at the time. You can imagine my surprise when he pinned me to the ground with ease after I tried to say I was stronger than him. Yep. I'm a guy who is 5 feet 3 and 120 lbs and I have had a few girls think they can take me in a wrestle and it's minimal effort and I don't even try to use any tricks. Man, never wrestle a shorter guy. They were born close to the ground, molded by it. It's straight up unfair, you're in their domain when you get to the ground. I realized while play wrestling with my fiancé. No way in hell could I get out of his grip, so I better never get caught in the first place by a man that wants to hurt me lol.